Hey guys, Combat Saturday. Today's topic, we're looking at defense and attack being one concept, and I also have a drill that we can go over to help train that, okay? So, defense and attack, all right, being one concept. This is really, really important to understand when it comes to combat, okay? A lot of people view attack here, defense there. So you must defend first, then you attack, or you attack, or then you counter, whatever. Then they don't see it as the same thing. They must work together. Okay, they must be a part of one another if you're going to actually make this stuff work. Okay, because if you're always working on that, 1 2 1 2 1 2 rhythm, there's times when it can work. Okay, and there are times when it has to be that way. But as much as possible, you want to try and get it in like one beat or like 1.5 beats. Okay, so if if you throw an attack, you would immediately do a defense, all right, and then you would counter, all right. Or if the opponent gets the first hit on you, you would defend and then you would counter immediately. Okay, so your defense is like it prepares you for the counter. All right, so it is part of your counter. Okay, your defense has now become part of your attack because it prepares you for it. Okay, that's why they have to be the same concept. All right. Um, one thing which one problem which one a trap which people can fall into very easily is that one hit will come in and will defend it, and another hit will come in. They'll keep defending, and they'll back away, and they'll keep playing catch up with their opponent. All right. If you do that, the opponent is always going to have the edge. All right. They just got to make a, because they know that they've got the game played in such a way that you're reacting to them. They can make a funny face, they can make a funny noise, they can shout, they can throw their hands over here, and it's going to be a lot harder. If you're the one who's going on the offensive, and if you're the one who is automatically blending your attacks and defenses together, then it's going to be a lot harder for your opponent. Okay? So, all right. So the drill I want to go over, it's a countering drill. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a combination. All right, it doesn't matter what the combination is. Okay, but whatever the last thing is, the last technique you throw, you imagine the opponent throwing the same thing right back at you. All right, so let's take a very simple 1 2. It can either be with the fists or the palms. All right, a 1 2 is a lead hand and a rear hand. Okay, so if it's palms, 1 2. If it's fists, it can be 1 2. If it's it can also be vertical fist too. Okay, vertical fist. That's like the bare knuckle boxing Wing Chun way. Okay, bang bang. Okay, but either way, it's all considered a 1 2. Okay, so the last punch I threw was a 2. Okay, so I got 1 2. I imagine that the opponent is throwing a 2 right back at me. Right, I just slip, and then I do 2 again. 1 2. Okay, 1 2 slip, boom. 1 2 slip. 1 2. Opponent's come back at me. Boom, boom. Okay, or I could do another combo. I could do more than one. Right, 1 2 slip, 2. Right, 1 2 slip. Okay, that's one example. Okay, because I pictured after I threw that rear hand is coming right back at me. Okay, now let's say I do a 1 2 and a shovel hook, body hook. Okay, so I go 1 2, okay, 1 2 and a body shot. Well, I imagine the opponent is throwing one right back at me, right? So 1 2, see, 1 2. See, so I try and 1 2. I try and get that body shot in there. He throws one right back at me. I catch it with the elbow, and then I continue. And see, when I catch it with the elbow, I lower my body this way, ready for this hand right here. Bang, 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 right? 1 2 3, bang, bang, bang. See? So that way, when so those are two examples. I mean, so you there's many ways that it can be done. Of course, I could also do a 1-2, and I could do a Busawa punch and a hit 1-2, right? 1-2, right? Remember last week we did the parries with the Busawa and things, right? So that can work too. Okay. The actual defense you do isn't that important. It's not the most important thing. The important thing is to always remember that as soon as an attack is finished, the opponent is throwing one right back at you, okay? Because if you're only thinking about attack and never thinking about defense, it's not going to go well for you. And same thing, if you're only thinking defensively, that's not going to go well for you either, okay? I see a lot of guys who just kind of, a lot of the traditional martial arts guys who don't know what they're doing, and just stand in one spot. Their hands are here, and they think that anything comes in, you're just going to deal with it effortlessly, and the arm's going to stay out here. You're going to do 10,000 things. Never going to happen. Okay? Never, ever going to happen. All right? So, that's the drill, okay? Or you could also start with a defensive move and go from there, okay? So, it's a little tricky because you need to be thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. Okay, you need to throw your attack, you need to defend, and then you need to figure out a counter. Okay, so there is this kind of thing. Don't try and do too much of it on the fly. When you get more advanced, you can. But in the beginning, what you really want to do is take a pen and paper, write it down, or use your phone or whatever. Okay, and write down some combos and just work on those. Okay, work on 2 or 3 different combos a day and drill them to death. Okay, don't worry about doing 10,000 things a day. Okay, just do 2 or 3 combos, drill them to death. Like there, right? I ended with like a rear hand and ended with a shovel hug. Okay, leave it there. All right, and you can do other ones later. You can defend against kicks or whatever. Okay, but that's the basic idea. Whatever the last hit was in your combo, in your attack, the opponent is throwing the same thing right back at you. Because I tell you, that happens a lot. It does happen a lot, okay? Anyone who's ever sparred before knows that happens, okay? And we've all done it before. Anyone who's sparred, you know what I mean, okay? You throw a punch, and then you freeze for a second, and you go, hey, I got him, and then you get bopped in the face, okay? Okay, anyone who's sparred, you know what I'm talking about, okay? It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you before, okay? So you want to always remember that when you throw something's coming right back at you. Okay, don't do this posing shit. Okay, it's coming right back at you. I think a lot of people they like in the Bruce Lee films, he'll hold his fist out there like wow. Okay, don't do that. Okay, only for the movies. Okay, so there you go. There's your attack and defense drill. Okay, so. Yeah, give it a shot. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? In 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks from today, I will be at the Silverthorne Collegiate Institute, SCI, in Etobicoke, and I will be doing my free self-defense fitness seminar. Anyone who wants to come, any ages, whatever, just show up. It's free, and there you go, okay? Go over some striking fundamentals, some self-defense basics, getting a little workout, and it's going to be a good time for everyone, okay? But anyways, so let me know if you can make it there. Let me know if you have any questions about this, and talk to you guys soon.